Well, hello everybody. Welcome in the kitchen. For those of you who are new, I'm glad you stopped by. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're going to make one of my favorites, and it's actually my Thanksgiving dessert, actually, because I'm not a pumpkin girl. I don't care for pumpkin. And my mama started making this cake many, many years ago, and so it became what she made for me on Thanksgiving because I wouldn't eat pumpkin pie. It's called a fresh apple cake, and it is so yummy. It's a real dense, heavy cake, kind of like more like a brownie, I think, than actually a cake. It's a heavy cake. But first we need apples, and I've got these right here. These are Honeycrisp apples, and we need, does it say 2 cups, I believe? 2 cups, 4 cups of apples. So I need 4 cups of apples. So I'm gonna get chopping on these apples. So we'll have those ready to go. I'm gonna wash these up, peel them, and put them in this so they'll dice up real small. I'm just gonna wash them off and do them one at a time here. I'm not sure how many we're gonna need, but we'll need at least 4, maybe 5 apples, is my guess. And sometimes I'll get out my apple peeler, but I just think for just this many apples, I'll just wing it with a knife. And I'm gonna put these in a little bit of water with a little bit of lemon juice. You can use salt or lemon juice. See, I'm gonna slice it just like this, long ways, and put it on there so it makes little cubes. That dices them up so nicely. And we've also got to have some nuts. You can use walnuts, pecans, almonds, whatever kind of nut you like. It'll go with the apple, peanuts even. I like peanut butter and apples together real well. So you can use peanuts, I'm sure, if that's what you like, even though actually a peanut is not an actual nut. It's a legume. We call it a nut, don't we? So I'm going to use pecans because they're my favorite. And that was Mama's favorite. Mama always had pecans. Sometimes we had walnuts. My daddy used to crack and shell the black walnuts. He would do them with his vise out in his shop. He would put them in the vise and crack them. I've seen them set with a hammer and crack black walnuts. And I love black walnuts. We've got black walnut trees. But actually, they're not worth the heartache for me to try to get them. They are so hard to shell. But we've got little squirrels and little chipmunks that take them and bury them. And we have all kinds of little walnut trees that pop up all over the yard in my flower beds. They love to plant them in the flower beds. And so I have them everywhere. This is going to take about 5 apples, I think. I'm going to get my apples before my youngin gets in here and eats them all, because he will. He loves apples. He will eat all the apples before I get the apple cake made. But I try not to discourage him. I mean, you know, he could be eating worse things, couldn't he? Okay, y'all, let's see if we got 4 cups. If we do, that was 5 apples, I think. 5 medium-sized apples. And we've got our 4 cups right here. Right, there we go. There's our apples. Now then we're going to chop us up some pecans. And I'm going to use this same little chopper. And I've just got pecan halves here. They've been in the freezer. This might not chop these because they're frozen. And I don't believe it's going to. I'll have to get out another chopper. All right, we'll set that to the side. Let me grab this. All right, y'all, here's our chopped pecans. Like I said, I resorted to the food processor. Let me scoop all this up and get it cleaned up so we can get our other stuff together. Need to buy these apples that flew out. Once they are baked in this pie, you all, I cannot, and it's not pie, in this cake. I'm not a big pie person. I like summer pies. I like cold pies, frozen pies, that kind of thing. But fruit pies, warm pies, I'm not a fan. I mean, I'll eat them. They're okay. But if I can pick, I'll pick a cake any day. Any day, I will pick out a cake. Okay, let's see. Got that mess cleaned up now. Let's see. There's our apples. There's our pecans where they're ready to go. I'm going to eat these little bites. You can do that when you're the cook, right? Okay. Now then, in this bowl, we're just going to put on the mixer because we're going to mix this in the mixer. We need to add 2 cups of sugar. Here's the sugar. 2 cups of sugar. There is 1. There's 2 cups of sugar. And we need 1 cup of canola oil. It's this right here. I guess any kind of a vegetable oil would be fine. I've wondered if you could use butter. Mom always just used oil, so there you go. That's what I'm doing. All right. And 3 large eggs. I forgot to get out the eggs. I was doing so good. I thought I've got it all out today. Everything's sitting over here. No, it wasn't. Which, y'all know when that happens, I'm going to have to quit, right? Because, you know, y'all couldn't wander around with me. Y'all like to wander in the kitchen. I'm sure you do. All right, we need 3 eggs, and that goes in here. Oh, and I forgot the vanilla. We'll get it when we get over there. There's 1. There's 2. I'm going to get the trash bag open with 1 hand. And there's 3. All right. Now then, that goes in the dirty dishes. All right. Now then, teaspoon of vanilla. All right, let's go over here to the mixer. Well, let me get the vanilla, because if I don't, we'll be all confused here in just a minute. Okay. Oh, that was loud, wasn't it? A teaspoon of vanilla. A teaspoon, which, you know, we can use the lid, but we'll measure. There's our teaspoon of vanilla. All right, there we go with that. Now then, we've got to take this bowl, and we are going to mix our dry ingredients in this bowl, okay? And to that, we add 2½ cups. Let me grab a ½ cup. 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, there's one. There's two. And here is a half. All right, there's our flour. And to that, we add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. There's one. There's two. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. The Arm & Hammer. 1 teaspoon. The other ones I think make baking soda. I'm not sure. 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. All right. There we go with that. Now then, we've got everything measured out. I'm going to take these over there and I'll come back and get you. Okay, y'all, come over here with me now. Y'all get to come over here and look in the bowl. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me get the rest of our stuff. All right. I don't know what y'all can see and what you can't. I need to move y'all back just a little bit. Let's put y'all over here. Maybe you can see a little bit. Y'all are falling over here on me. How's that? Do y'all see good now? I think you can. There we go. All right, now dry ingredients. I'm going to take this whisk. I'm just going to whisk all of that together right like that. About 2 seconds, and that's all mixed up. That's so you don't have lumps and bumps and so forth. All right. Now we've got to beat this. It says to beat this until it's all creamy. Okay. Y'all, I bet you might be able to use applesauce instead of apples or instead of some of the oil if you wanted to cut back just a little bit. Mama never did, so I'm not going to. I don't know how it would work. But I'm thinking it might work just fine. All right. I believe that's good. Now then, we add in. Lay it down just a little bit. We are going to gradually add our flour mixture. Whoa, let's turn it down a little bit more. Ooh, it smells good, y'all. Smell that cinnamon in it. Tell y'all a story about this cake while this is mixing. My mama had a really good friend, and she belonged to some sort of organization. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, she needed to take something, a cake or something. Anyway, she asked Mama. She said, I don't have time to fix it. Have you got time to make me a cake? Mama said, yeah, I'll make you one of those apple cakes. She said, okay. So Mama made her the apple cake, and she took it to whatever function she was going to. And everybody's wanting the recipe. Well, she didn't have any earthly idea how that cake had been made, what was in it, nothing. And everybody was saying, oh, I want this recipe. This is the best cake. I need this recipe. And she just kept saying, it's a secret family recipe and I can't give it out. I cannot give you the recipe. I was sworn on my mother's deathbed never to give out this recipe. And she never did give it out because she did not know how this cake was made. Not a clue. So there we go. And our mixer's all in a tizzy because it's been floured upon. All right, let me put all this down in here, and then we're going to add our nuts and our apples. Y'all see how thick that is? It's kind of like a brownie batter. I told you, it's a real dense cake. But I've just been wanting one of these. We've had such good apples lately. All right, in go our apples. And these we just have to stir in, it says, and our pecans. These apples add a lot of moisture too, so don't skimp on the apples. All right, we'll get that stirring, and then we'll get us out a cup of nuts. Actually, I've got just a few extras. I'm gonna throw a few extras in there because I like nuts. All right, now y'all see how this cake is? Y'all see how it's come together? It's real thick. Real thick. I'm gonna move y'all over here now. Y'all just get to jump back and forth. I forgot to turn the oven on. We'll get the oven going. And we're gonna spray this pan right here. Hope that pan is big enough. If it's not, I'll make another small one. All right, now our pan is greased. Let me get this beater off of here. Okie doke. Like I said, if this is too much for this pan, and it may very well be, I'll make another little one. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna make another little one. Make another little one right here. Okay, I've got this other little dish. It's not as big. It's not as big around or as tall. I'll give this one away. All right, now then, got one more thing to add to our cake. One more thing. Oh, I'd already brought them over here. And that's our butterscotch chips. And I'm not sure how many this is. It doesn't look like it's a full bag, but we're going to use what we got because we don't, that's all we got. I had to seal those up. All right, y'all, there's our cakes. These bake. So good. These will bake for about 50 to 60 minutes in a 350-degree oven. And that's all you do to it. Like I said, you just eat it like this. It's a real heavy, real dense cake. It's kind of like a brownie, which are my weaknesses, are cakes with no icing because I don't care for icing. But like I said, this is so yummy. You could even put chocolate. Sometimes we serve it with ice cream and some butterscotch topping over it, warm butterscotch. Oh, heavenly. All right, let me pop these in the oven. All right, there they are in the oven. And we'll be back when they come out. All right, I'll see y'all in about an hour. Okay, y'all, our cakes are out of the oven. Look here. I already had to have a little bite. You know, I had to make sure it was done. Look at that. Beautifully browned cake. Look at that. Y'all, I cannot wait for them to cool so I can just dive right in there and eat them all up. But they have to cool. And then, like I said, serve it with some ice cream warm, with some ice cream on top and some butterscotch sauce. I don't have any scotch, so I can't make butterscotch sauce. You can do caramel sauce or just no sauce, just like this. But that'll be all for this one. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.